This is a Van Gogh. It's also a painting that killed all the other paintings. What? Let's find out more. That looks like a harvest under a hot summer sun. More than 500 pieces, this puzzle hit the market in 1970. Wow, Van Gogh's The Harvest. His sun-drenched creation from the summer of 1888, and a century later brought to you by Springbok Editions. A painting you can build without even breaking a sweat. Okay, so it's kind of hard to believe, but this is not one of Van Gogh's most famous works, but a superior example of his time in southern France. Maybe just superior, period. The cool thing about Springbok in the 60s is they got inspired with a wonderful notion. Make art accessible for everybody. Great idea. And they did it by collaborating with art museums. So families could buy a puzzle like this and bring Van Gogh home. Then piece by piece, they would study his colors, his brushstrokes, and finally his full composition. Bonus, this ended up boosting museum attendance everywhere. After all, you spent weeks assembling a puzzle, and then you got to go see the real thing afterwards, right? Who knew cardboard puzzles could be such a great museum guide? Springbok did. Oh, that's a great piece. Look at that, it looks like a heart. Let's gather up our puzzle dust. Wah! And we've got our blue sky, fields that have been sown, fences, borders, corner pieces, and of course our T-pieces. Crazy thing is, back in the 1880s, Van Gogh only painted for about a decade, and he was pretty much self-taught. Oh, he attended art school for a few months in his late 20s, but his unconventional style, his art school was like, yeah, maybe a bit too weird, young man, so away he went. And then, before he even made it into his 40s, he had passed away. Too short. Still, he created almost 1,800 paintings in that span. And this one here, this is the one that Vincent thought was killer. So what does that mean? While fame and fortune eluded him while he was alive, he did have one superfan, his younger brother, Theo. Together, they shared almost 800 letters between them. And through those letters, we really get a feel for Van Gogh during his time as an artist. This particular painting was so good, and he was so proud of it, he wrote to Theo that it was one of the best works that he ever did. He said, Theo, it killed all the rest. It was Vincent's favorite. Is it yours? You know, Springbok was right, because there is something about being this close to a famous piece of art. You can really see what's going on. The shapes continuously amaze. There's nothing like this except in vintage puzzles. Nothing like it. Wonderful. Amazing pieces. Bam. Yes. Oh, wow. This is going to be a picker-upper for sure. So Van Gogh painted The Harvest in one day, June 21st, 1888. Van Gogh often painted peasant life. It was a theme. And on that day in June, he was out there under the sun too. We see deep blue sky with bright yellows and greens, the wheat's already been cut, the bundles tied, the ladders ready for stacking, a lone reaper working in the distance. You can almost feel the heat from the day on the farm. All told, he finished 10 paintings and 5 drawings in just over a week. He probably would have kept going, but a big storm came through and ended the harvest, and his artistic streak. Sometimes you just have one of those puzzles that you're working and you fall in love with them a little bit. And this is one of those. Our final piece. This is a complete puzzle. Gorgeous build. Gorgeous Springbok. Wow. You want to see it? Pick it up for you. Oh my God. Wow. It's just as pretty on the back as it is on the front. Look at that die cut. No two pieces are the same. What makes this puzzle so unique is what makes Van Gogh's work so unique. A painting that feels like it's moving. The colors are pulsating. The brush strokes are swirling around the place. The whole thing just feels like it's alive. So grateful that Springbok bought it from a museum wall into this living room. So until next time, keep puzzling, and remember, every piece, like anything you love doing, can come together in a single day. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe to the Jigsaw Puzzle Vault. Because remember, when we're building puzzles, we're all killing it. Van Gogh would be proud.